Welcome to the first ever bat rep of Suburban Warfare, and that's who we are. I'm Andrew.
I'm Peter.
And today we want to, in this video, we're going to begin our Age of Sigmar Skirmish Shadespire Campaign.
Yep.
Age of Sigmar Skirmish is a brand new playstyle, or kind of like sub-game of Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
And it is some small scale. People remember maybe Mordheim. For the more seasoned players might remember that. There's some things we want to talk about, but you can get your own version of the book in e-publication or the hard copy.
Yeah, for $10 for the hard copy. 7
something for the digital, and they both do the exact same thing. It's got all the rules, unique scenarios, army lists. Skirmish uses a completely unique point system.
Yep.
Similar to the General's Handbook. Peter and I have we've been building and painting a lot of Age of Sigmar models, and we've been playing a lot of Skirmish, not too much Sigmar itself. So we figured what better way to start than with a smaller scale for production purposes, and also
practice.
For practice. Practice is good. So throughout the course of this series, there'll be a total of 6 episodes because there's 6 scenarios. Throughout the course of the series, if you're still with us through the end or wherever you join in or leave off, if you have any questions, comments, concerns about what you want to see from us, about what we are doing right or wrong, leave a comment and subscribe. Somewhere over there, you want to subscribe, and then you can join us for the remaining scenarios, and we will then branch out into regular full-scale bat reps with Age of Sigmar.
And that's going to be a lot more fun.
Yes. And the brand new
40K
8th edition. So without further ado, we want to go ahead and get you prepped for Age of Sigmar Skirmish. The book itself has copy and printable campaign sheets to help track your progress, which we will be taking notes on as well. And in this episode, we are going to do the first scenario, which is Clash of Dawn. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Talk about our warbands, and then a little bit going forward. At the beginning of each campaign, you want to make sure you have a general, which we'll talk about, and they each get their own unique command ability and artifact that is unique to Age of Sigmar Skirmish. And my warlord, which I will completely ignore in the warband breakdown, has the Mask of Horror, which anytime somebody wants to fight it in combat, they have to roll the dice. If they roll a 1, they don't get to fight against it, which is just like, blah, that's what it does. He's like, oogie boogie boogie boogie.
So Courage the Card of the Dog.
Yes, and then the command trait is Crusader, which allows anybody within 6 inches of my general to reroll their charge distances. That's going to be really important because the Seraphon that I am primarily using in my warband is combat focused, so I want to make sure that they can get in.
And the artifact of power that I chose with my warband leader, it's going to be the Cursed Tome. It's basically just going to help me with all of my casting and unbinding, I think, right? Or just casting?
Casting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that.
We'll figure it out. So that is his artifact of power. It just adds 1 to whatever casting spell.
But if you roll Snake Eyes, he takes a mortal wound.
Yes, which thankfully I don't think I've done it yet. Throughout my entire years of playing 40K, 40K and Sigmar, I've only rolled Snake Eyes 2 or 3 times.
I've rolled a snake with 3 eyes.
Yeah, you did that once.
Yes, it was a good time.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. But that is my artifact of power, the Cursed Tome, and my command trait is going to be Reserves of Courage. Because Battle Shock is a little bit different in the entire Skirmish game, you actually it's the same timing of the regular game. You roll it at the end of the turn, and you only roll off of your general's bravery. And since he's only got a bravery of 5, for every character that runs away, that's going to really mess with me. Usually, you have the choice between rolling for your traits and powers, or traits and artifacts, or you can choose them. We decided to choose them. We like going with the narrative effect of campaigns and stuff like that. But there's what I have and the reasoning behind it.
Alright guys, so we are about to jump into the first scenario. Just so you know, if you're joining us for the whole campaign, these intros are not going to be as long-winded. This is just a big preamble. So feel free to skip around if you need to. We might put some annotations in there to go right to the good stuff.
It'll be right up there.
Every video is going to start with an intro and then a closing thoughts based on the outcome of the last scenario, and we'll show you how the campaign progresses. So without further ado, let's move on to talking about our warbands.
So here we are with the Skaven Warband. It's going to be led by Warlock Meek, who I am still attempting to finish painting. It's going to have 2 clan rats, a clan rat leader, and a regular clan rat right behind him. And then finally I've got a good old-fashioned pewter Storm Vermin Captain. And that is 25 renown of the Skaven.
Alright, and here we have our starting warband for the Forces of Order. You'll notice it's primarily Seraphon right now. Our warlord, our general, our fearless leader for this campaign is going to be our Skink Star Priest. And he is flanked by some of his most trusted battle companions in the Saurus Warrior Alpha, and then our Saurus Knight Alpha. And then our Saurus Warrior also brought his Star Drake Icon Bearer into the heat of battle to win at Shadespire. This is actually coming out to 24 renown, so I'm actually starting at a little bit of a deficit.
Really?
So we'll see. What that means is I actually end up with a reroll for the first scenario. Alright, so let's move on to the scenario itself, and then we'll get on to deployment.
Well, here is our map. It's going to be a decrepit old derelict forest that's very, very magical, as we learned from randomly generating all the traits of the trees and such.
Yep, and then just to talk about the battle, the map, we rolled for random terrain features and we placed them, and then we also rolled for their enchantment effects. There is a special enchantment table that they use for the skirmish battle mode. They're kind of adaptations of the General's Handbook version, or the regular rules version of the scenery. So you'll see they're going to be marked with the sparkly red dice, and we have emboldening trees, we have arcane trees, some arcane ruins, more emboldening trees, we have a very intimidating pond, and another arcane Colosseum ruin, and then back there we got the fabled crumbling rock. So we'll see how that kind of all plays into our games.
We are going to be doing our first skirmish battle. It's going to be Clash at Dawn. It consists of the 2 warbands traveling through our forest during night, and it's a very foggy night. And as the morning sun burns off the fog, they find themselves directly in each other's grasps. So the fight's going to start right then and there. There is special deployment rules, and we're going to be going over those in just a sec, so stay tuned.
Alright, so you'll notice we made a nice layout of dice for our deployment. Per the Clash at Dawn battle scenario, it requires us to make a 12-inch circle in the middle and quadrant off the 4x4 map. And each quadrant is numbered. You'll see we have 1 here, 2 there, 3 there, 4 there. And once we determine who is going first, we will explain a little bit of how we deploy in real time. So what we're going to do first is we are going to roll to see who deploys first.
5.
You got a 5 for the Chaos and a 2 for the Order. Alright, so Chaos and Peter will get to deploy first. What's going to happen is in this Clash at Dawn scenario, you nominate one person. You nominate one model to deploy, and then what happens is you roll a dice, and that dice corresponds to the quadrant that they will deploy in. But if you get a 5 or a 6, you get to choose which quadrant you want them to be in. Now, the only other stipulation is that they remain outside of the circle, which is 6 inches from the center, and outside of 9 inches of an enemy model. Alright, so the idea behind this is that everyone's just kind of wandering through the fog and the mists, and we're kind of getting, our armies are getting tangled up a little bit.
I'm gonna start off with my Fang leader.
So, let's see where this, is your Claw leader?
Claw leader.
Claw leader, let's see where he's going.
6.
Alright, so that's going to be, he gets to choose which quadrant.
Where? Let's have him in the little pond.
Alright, we'll keep him watch over the bridge. Now I'm going to set my Star Drake icon, and he's going into 2. That's my second 2 of the day. This is good. And I'm going to place him in the ruins right here.
And next, I'm going to place my regular clan rat. He's got a 2. That's well with that. Well, outside of there we go. He's just going to be right there.
I'm going to deploy my Saurus Alpha, see where he goes. And he'll be going into 3 to join his Claw Leader. I'm going to use the buddy system here. Keep him nice and close to his Star Drake icon.
Next, it's going to be my Storm Vermin Captain. Let's see what we get. 4. Let's get him as close as possible.
Alright, next up we have my Saurus Knight Alpha. And where is he going? He's going in, that's my third 2 people. Here we go. I think he's gonna go here. I have actually a nice grouping. We'll see how this goes.
Alright, and then last but not least, Warlock Meek. Let's see where he's gonna go. Oh,
Cocked.
3, okay. Let's go with right out. That's good enough for me.
Alright, and last but not least, we do have my King Star Priest, who is going into Zone 2.
Wow.
You can't make this up, people. And he's going to be hanging out in the ruins with the rest of his posse. Just like that. Now, Peter actually finished deploying first, as you saw. And so he will get to choose who goes first or second. But before that, I want to talk really quick about the objectives for Clash at Dawn. In order to achieve a major victory, your goal is to break the enemy. What that means is that you eliminate more than half of their models. This can be done in any of your phases or through Battle Shock. So if you wipe out the enemy more than half, the game is immediately over and you earn a major victory.
And the opponent's general has to be slain as well.
Yes, and if the general is not slain but you still break the army, you only receive a minor victory.
And then obviously if both of them run, it's going to be a draw.
Alright, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what happens with the rewards and the major and minor victories and draws after this scenario. So, Peter, is this going to be first turn for Chaos or Order?
First turn Skaven.
Alright, we'll be back for the first turn for the Skaven.
Alright, so this is going to be Chaos Skaven turn 1. We're going to start off with the hero phase. My Warlock actually has the command trait that allows him to get 2 more bravery than he usually does. It's called Reserves of Courage. So that's going to go ahead and pop. And we're actually going to go ahead and move on to Magic. I have 1 Magic caster, and he is going to cast Warp Lightning. And Warp Lightning has a casting value of 5. And so we're just going to grab 2 dice.
And you have +1 because the Cursed Tome, right?
And I do have +1 because of the Cursed Tome. So whatever I roll, I get +1. So I need to get 5 to hopefully throw some lightning at some guys. We got 4, 6, +1 because of the tome, so I'm at 7 now.
Alright, and then is my King Star Priest within 18 inches? Because he is chilling right back there. Let's double check. Looks like it.
Just barely.
So he's going to get a chance to unbind this spell. I do have +1 because of Arcane.
Yep.
So I also need... I need to show a 7 though, because he rolled a 6. Here we go. There it is, people. That is a 7. Yep. So I unbound his spell, and we move on to the movement phase.
Movement. Alright, so conveniently enough, all of my guys have a movement of 6 inches. So we're going to start off with my Storm Vermin.
Alright.
Move 6. Let's see.
And for the sake of time, we are going to kind of jet past the movement phase, see where everybody else ends up. Alright, so we just completed his move phase, and here's where we ended up. Everyone just kind of collapsed onto the Seraphon, who are kind of holding down the fort.
And we're going to just move on to the shooting phase. So I've got 1 shooting attack to do. I've got my Warlock Engineer with his Warp Lock Pistol. It is a range of 9 inches. I am going to go ahead and target... Ooh, let's target your Stardrake. So, I hit on a...
This guy?
Or not your Stardrake, your cold one.
Gotcha. The
Yeah.
the Source Knight.
Source Knight, that's what it's called. I'm going to go ahead and throw the to hit roll. It's a 3-up to hit. Oh, god damn it.
A miss.
That's a miss. Alright, so that was a wonderful charge phase, or shooting phase. Moving on to the charge phase. Let's go ahead and start off with my Storm Vermin. He's going to charge
9 inches.
9 inches.
I think he's got options.
I think so. Let's charge in on that Source Knight. And then let's go with my regular Clan Rat. That is 7 inches. That's in. Let's charge with my Fang Leader. 4.
That's gonna get dicey.
But that is just within your regular guy right there. And then last but not least, we've got my Warlock. Let's see where he goes. 5. Oh boy. I was hoping to get into the Saurus Knight, but just outside of half an inch. So let's just charge this one right here.
Alright, I don't know how bold of a strategy it was to clump up, but we will see in the ensuing combat phase. Alright, who's attacking first?
Alright, the first attack is going to be by my Fang Leader onto the Saurus Knight. He gets actually 3 attacks instead of 2 because he is the Fang Leader, and he hits on a 4-up and wounds on a 3-up. So, 4-up. There's 2.
2 hits.
And then 3-up to wound. 1.
1 wound. And Saurus Knights, well, almost every Saurus with Stardrake Shield ignores Rens, so I need to show a 5-up. And that's another 2. That's another. So we're gonna go ahead and put a wound on the Saurus Knights who have 2. And I'm going to actually swing now with my Saurus Alpha onto the Claw Leader. So he actually gets 2 attacks with his spear. I need 4s and 4s.
Nope.
That's a 1 and a 2. Fantastic. And he has his Vicious Bite and Stardrake Shield on a 5/4.
There's the 5.
There's that. Got that going. And then show a 4.
Nope.
That's like, I don't even know what number 2 that is. That's a lot of
number
2s.
2, number... I don't know. Alright, so that was your Alpha, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see if my beautiful little Clan Rat can make it. He's just got a Rusty Blade. My Clan Rat... Wait, you attacked with this guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, my Clan Rat is going to go on your Saurus Knights. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be 4-up, 4-up with his Rusty Blade. So let's see what we got. Attack. It hits. And it wounds. That's a 4.
Alright, so we need to show a 5-up for the Saurus Alpha, otherwise he's gone. With a 6. Wasn't even worried about it. So my only one left is my Saurus Knight Alpha, who now he will get 2 attacks with his spear. He's going to go on his lance, sorry. He's going to go on the Storm Vermin, and he needs 4s and 3s with the Celestite Lance.
Great.
Alright, here we go. There's 1.
Okay.
3 to wound. That's a wound on the Storm Vermin.
Okay. And how much damage is that?
That's 1.
That's 1 damage. So the Storm Vermin have clan shields. For every damaging roll or damaging armor save that the attack has 1 damage, it adds a +1 to their armor roll. They usually have a 5-up, but this one's going to be a 4-up. So,
Neat.
let's see. Okay, we're good.
Well, that's alright, because I still have my Vicious Bite and Stardrake Shield on a 5/4. There's that. And there's a wound.
All right. And also 1 damage?
Yep.
All right, 4-up, armor save. Oh,
That's a 1.
that is a 1.
And then the cold one's going to turn and take a snap at that Clan Rat on 3s and then 4s. That's a 1. So I got 1 hit, 4 to wound. That's another one. Cool. So now it's just you have your 2 guys over here.
Yep, I've got my Warlock and my Claw Leader ganging up on your little Dinosaur Knight. I'm going to start off with my Claw Leader. He gets 2 attacks instead of just 1 regular one. They're both on 4 ups. So, let's see. To hit, 1 hits. To wound, 1 wound.
All right, come on. I need that 5-up save. No, the alpha goes down.
All right.
All right, now the next turn, it is Battle Shock. Peter does have his reserves of courage, so he is now Bravery 7, I believe.
Bravery 7, so even if I roll a 6, I'm okay.
Right, and I can't fail because Seraphon, most of them have a Bravery of 10, so the King Star Priest is A-okay. So now we will go on to Seraphon, turn 1. Alright, now we're going to go on to Seraphon, turn 1, or Order, turn 1. My King Star Priest back here is my general. He has the command ability that allows me to reroll charges, which is really useful in this close situation. And he also, for magic, he's going to go ahead and cast Arcane Bolt onto this Claw Leader over here. And he gets +1, but again, the Cursed Tome will also get +1, so it's kind of washed. And I need to show a 5 for at least a mortal wound. And that's an 8, which makes it a 9.
All right, 9. So that means I have to roll a 9 to unbind it. So let's see what we got. Oh! There's a 10.
All right, so
being an 11.
We are really good at denying the magics.
Yeah.
All right, so there goes my hero phase. I'm going to go ahead and go on to my movement phase. I will be back after that. All right, came back after moving. Didn't really go very far. Just kind of moved the other 2 into there. So now we're gonna go on to the charge phase. I'm gonna charge with my Star Drake icon. He gets to reroll just in case, and I think he's okay.
Yeah, that's a 10.
He's actually gonna come over here. And my Star Priest is also going to charge with an 8.
An 8, yep.
And he's going to come over here. So now we're gonna go on to combat. I think I'm going to attack with my Star Priest first.
All right.
Who's going to attack your Claw Leader. He gets 3 attacks, and he needs 3s and 4s with a -1 rend. But these are 1 damage apiece, so you will get your buff. Alright, so that's 2 hits, 4s to wound. That's a wound, so you got -1.
wound. It's just clan rats, so it's actually a 6-up.
6-up.
Yeah, hopefully 6-up. Oh!
Come on.
There's the 6-up. All right, I will go ahead. Well, I've got my 2 guys that are safe over there, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack with my lonely little clan rat right there. He's going to go ahead and attack your Source Knights. It is on a 4+4+. So let's see, to hit. Oh, there's the hit. Let's see, do we get the wound? Nope, no wound.
Alright,
Okay.
so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna try and kill him with this Source Warrior first, and then if I do, I will get to repile in with my Source Knight over to here. I'm gonna go here first. I need a 4/4 with the spear. That's a hit, and
Okay.
4 to wound. That's a 2.
Nope.
I got my Fearsome Jaws and Star Drake Shield on a 5. No.
No.
Good stuff.
I've got my Fang Leader. Let's go ahead and start off with him. He's gonna do his, or my Claw Leader, I should say. He's gonna do his 2 attacks. It's both at 4+4 on his King Star Priest. And that is a 5 and a 1, so just 1 hit, 4 up to wound. Nope, that's a 3.
Alright, so now my knight is going to go. I got 2 attacks with his lance, which is going to be 4s and 3s. That's 1 hit.
1 hit.
3 to wound. Got a wound.
Okay, at 5 up. Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh,
man.
Wow.
Alright, let's go on to the Jaw and Star Drake Shield on a 5. No, there's another 2. And the cold one's gonna get this Vicious Claws on 3s and 4s. 2 hits.
2 hits.
And 2 wounds.
Wow.
All right, he's ready to go home.
All right. So we got 2 saves on a 5-up. Let's see what we get. Oh, so close. We got the 5 and a 3.
So the little clan rat gets mauled by the cold one.
The little clan rat that almost could. And then last but not least, we've got my warlock.
Just gonna pile in to the Star Priest because closest.
Yep, exactly. He's actually got a 2-inch range, so he's within. 4-up and a 3-up, 1 attack. So let's see how this goes. 4-up. Nope. That's a 2. That's a miss.
All right, so at the end of combat, I lost nothing, and he lost 1 clan rat, but however, I do have my Star Drake icon, which is -1 to your bravery within 5 inches.
Okay.
But you have +2. So now you're at 6. You lost 1 on a 6, 1 more runs.
Yep, that's true.
But you get to reroll.
I do get to reroll because I am within a heroic tree, so... Emboldening. So on a 6-up, 1 guy runs. Wow. So I'm going to re-roll that. Let's see. What do we get? A 1.
Quite the opposite.
Yes.
That could have been the game if it wasn't for the emboldening tree.
A moment of terror. All right. And I do believe that is the end of the order's first turn.
Yep. So now we'll go on for initiative for turn 2.
All right.
Oh, there's the 6.
2.
All right, so this is definitely gonna be order, no question about that.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna go on to order, turn 2. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the order, turn 2. As you can see, we're all consolidated here. I do realize that I now have a chance to go for a major victory. However, I really don't want to risk it because I risk breaking my force in the next combat phase, similar to what he does. So I think I'm just gonna go and try and take out that clan rat first with an arcane bolt, and then in the charge. So that being said, I'm going to try and cast Arcane Bolt. Now, I am not Arcane anymore, so I am at a disadvantage to his Cursed Tome. So what happens is now I need to show a 5 to go off, and then he gets to unbind with +1. So, but there's an 11.
That's an 11.
So he does need an 11. He needs to show that same 11 to unbind it, otherwise that clan rat is dead, and the game is immediately over.
Let's see. Oh no.
With the 3, the little clan rat that goes down. The general scurries away into the mists that were starting to dissipate. And the order take a minor victory for the day. And we'll go ahead and go talk about rewards of battle and going into the next scenario in just a second. We'll be right back. All right, so at the end of the battle, I draw a minor victory for the order, and Peter draws a loss for Chaos Skaven. Let's go ahead. Awkward. Oh, it's probably not awkward for you.
Left hand. No, it's totally normal for me.
He's a lefty.
Drew, do you want to go ahead and roll your rewards of battle?
Sure. When you get a major or a minor victory, you get to roll 3 and then pick 2.
Yes. You roll 3 dice and pick any 2 results that make your 2d6 score.
All right. So let's see what we get. All right, we got a 5, a 6, and a 2, so my numbers are 11, 7, or 8. 7 or 8 will give me Heroic Saga for D3 Renown. 11 is going to give me Famed Commander, which allows me to get D6 instead. That's a little more enticing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and take that. I am a Famed Commander at Shadespire for D6 additional Renown. On top of my 8, I won for a minor victory. And that's a big 6, so 14.
Alright, and I have just my regular loss, so I'm going to go ahead and roll my 2d6. I've got a 5 and a 2, that is 7 at 5.
So you get Heroic Saga, which is D3 additional Renown.
Alright, come on. Just watch me roll a 1 right now. Nope.
For a 3. So, for a loss, you do get 6 Renown. So, he actually ended up earning just 1 point under the Renown you earned for a major victory.
Yep.
And I did earn 14, which is only 4 over. For the game to go the way it did, we still had a 5 Renown difference at the end. So we will come back with the Renown that we spend on our Warbands, and we'll show you that, and we will talk about closing thoughts about this one, and we will talk about the next scenario. All right, so in a interesting turn of events, the King Star Priest, because he was such a famed commander at the Clash at Dawn, his reputation spread quickly. And the threat of chaos getting the prize of Shadespire was all too real for the Dwarden, or Dispossessed, who decided that they would join forces, and 3 Thunderers emerged from whatever cave they crawled out of and to join this warband. And a famed Pterodon rider Alpha swooped down from the skies. A little late to the party, but he figured he can help in the future scenarios. So that is the additional warband. I did earn 14 renowned in that first scenario alone, and now I'm up to 38 out of 39 available. So I've spent all but 1, and now let's go ahead and take a look at what Chaos is bringing to the table.
Alright, so unfortunately after that loss, I didn't really pick up too much. I just picked up the Storm Vermin banner, which allows me to go ahead and escape combat and recharge. And that means that I have 6 renown saved up, bringing the renown difference to 5, which means I'm going to have at least 1 reroll for the next scenario. And that is the full, 28 renown of Skaven Chaos. And we will see you at the next scenario.
So that was the first scenario, Clash at Dawn, for the Shadespire Skirmish campaign. How'd it go?
That was terrible.
I'll tell you what, I've never rolled more 2s in my life.
I also messed up a lot of my rules. Main 2 being I forgot about my Grand Alliance trait, in which I'm within 6 inches of my general. I get to roll a die on a 6 or more. It allows me to attack once more with that character that I rolled with. And another one was when I was actually fighting during the first turn.
Wait, after you killed the alpha, the warrior alpha.
Yeah, after I killed that alpha with my claw leader, I could have actually swung my warlock into combat with the Saurus Knight. So that was another mess up on my part. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first. I think we've played Clash at Dawn so many times, and that was the first time we were really. I was specifically me, was just really focused.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, it just ended up kind of forming a wall. I was actually really nervous about it at first. Because with Clash at Dawn, with a random deployment like that, you can literally end up anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's a 4 foot by 4 foot table, but I've learned that one of the easiest things to do is the buddy system.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so thanks again for watching. Once again, any questions, comments, concerns about the bat rep, what we can do in the future, I will warn you that we are filming a lot of this at the same time. So you might not see some changes within the campaign itself, or at least the first couple of rounds. But definitely in the future, please help us out. And if you guys are liking what you say, give us the thumbs up and the subscribe, because we want to keep giving you guys content. We want to keep using... We end up using a lot of off-meta armies and units by default, just because we play what we like. So if that stuff kind of is like, yeah, I love it, keep it up, but something different.
Exactly.
So once again, guys, thank you guys so much. So we are Suburban Warfare, and stay tuned for the next episode. It should be coming out a week from this one. And if you're watching this late, it'll probably be out. So it'll be over there. Or there.
We'll figure it out. Don't worry, guys.
Alright, guys. Take it easy.